All right. Welcome to Mindset Manifestation and Magnetism Mastery. So today is Module 6, Accelerate Your Results with Mindset Mastery. Hold on. Can hear myself there. And yeah, so today we align your mind, amplify your momentum, activate your results. And this is a live transmission on this full strawberry moon in Capricorn. There's a lot I have to say about this energy. So happy full moon. Tonight we gather under one of the most abundant, most powerful full moons of the year. And the energy of this week asks us to harvest what has been ripening inside us and to build from that harvest with clarity, discipline, and momentum. So you can feel a bit overwhelmed or tired, whatever it is you're feeling right now. I'm so honored to hold safe space for you. I have also been undergoing a lot internally, and I'm grateful that my mojo is back and back to serve. And so I'm really grateful that you're here. That's why I set the poll earlier to see the energy of the group. So if people can attend live, then I'll do the class. And if not, I'm always, you know me, I'm always flexible, literally and figuratively. So I'm always willing to reschedule. But yes, here we are. And so this is a year-long globally accredited mastermind and certification training program, 12 months of self-mastery. We are halfway through, and this is the first batch. So this is my fifth flagship program. I started with with Reiki Master Apprenticeship, and then the life coaching certification training, and then the Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind, the Goddess Creatrix training program, embodiment and empowerment training program, and now this MMM Mastery Mindset Manifestation and Magnetism Mastery. I have been teaching this for more than I've been learning this for more than 14 years and teaching this for more than 5 years. And so now it's in a private container, a mastermind. And this is the program for you if you want to manifest your extraordinary life and to come from personal power, not circumstantial power. And this mastermind program is intended for the queen or the king, males, divine masculine kings are welcome. So the queen or the king who desires to have it all. And so if you desire to have it all, you're in the right place. If you desire to be able to manifest faster in a way that you recalibrate faster. I'm not asking you to be always positive, to always feel high or always feel on top of everything. You know, the goal, the vision, the mission is to be to recalibrate faster, to be functioning from a place of soul, of highest consciousness, not ego. So, again, in this course, you will become an international mindset, manifestation, and magnetism master coach. And we meet every last Monday of the month, unless otherwise um, voted upon. We are flexible to change the dates. So again, I'm Aleni Carissa, your transformational teacher, intuitive success mentor, and IPHM accredited holistic therapist. And I'm so deeply honored to be here with you again tonight. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge how far we have come together, because this is not just a program, this is a year-long initiation. And every module, every time you showed up, every time you chose yourself over everything else, competing for your attention, every time you chose to plug in highest consciousness, that's an act of devotion to living in alignment with your highest self. And so let me just remind you of our sacred journey so far. So let me just share my screen. Yeah, I want to remind you of the journey so far before we do the opening act invocation. There's a lot of declarations today, by the way. And so I would love for you to receive all these energetic healing downloads. Yeah, but for now, I want to share our journey so far. So in module 1, your identity creates your reality. We mapped our soul desires at the deepest level. We declared who we're becoming. We chose the life and identity we're fully stepping into. Module 2, subconscious mastery. We went and dove deep underneath the affirmations, all the way down into the programs running since childhood. We began rewriting those stories at the root, because you cannot build a new life on an old operating system. Most of us didn't have perfect childhoods, right? Our parents, our caregivers, the adults in our lives also had limiting beliefs. They also didn't realize that their thoughts, their feelings, and their assumptions had anything to do with their reality. And they passed those limiting beliefs, those unconscious negative conditioning programming down to us unknowingly as children, like sponges, absorbing everything around us. We honor the work we have done in liberating ourselves from our past programming and conditioning. Module 3 is all about energetic recalibration. We did a deep internal work of releasing resistance, dissolving old patterns, and expanding your capacity to receive so that you could create space for the next quantum level of you. And module 4, one of my most favorite modules, the 8 MMM codes. So we activated the 8 sacred codes that govern your manifestation, frequency, and magnetism blueprint. You unlock the energetic architecture of your most abundant self. Module 5 is all about creating quantum leaps with identity shift. This was the module last month, so last May. We collapsed the timeline. We stopped waiting to become her. We stepped into your highest, fullest self. We began living as the highest, fullest self now. And tonight, module 6, it's all about accelerating your results. I will share with you momentum tools to support your identity work. You know who you are. We build the mental architecture to move from that identity. Your mind is your most powerful ally. We go from inspiration to acceleration. A new timeline begins when you make room for growth, and what completes now, clear space for something stronger to emerge. All right, so let's begin. Before we even start, I would love for you to share your wins for us to celebrate, and intentions that you want to be blessed or activated, what you acknowledge, amplify. So gratitude is one of the highest energetic frequencies available to you. When you name your wins out loud in this community, something shifts, and you're signaling to the universe more of this, please. So if you woke up alive today, alive and joyful today, that is a miracle. If you have running water, that is something amazing. There are people right now who have it so much harder. So this is not to diminish what you're going through. If you're going through challenges in your life, it is to say, let us not take for granted what we already have, because the universe will always give in abundance what you already feel you're worthy of, and what you already feel you have. What you already feel you have. So please drop in the chat. One win since module 5. Any win counts: a mindset shift, a bold decision, a client, a conversation, a collaboration. I know a lot of you here have been manifesting collaborations, harmonious relationships, like Thaz, Aliyah, Hardev. I know Dee has also been manifesting harmonious partnerships and relationships, and collaborations, new clients. Patty has also shared with me, and Rashina has already shared with me her first ever TTC, or the Thrive Club woman empowerment community gathering. So yeah, any win that you want to share, please share with us, and let's not take for granted what we already have. So let's celebrate every special moment, even moments where you caught yourself in the old pattern and chose the new one instead, even something that seems small, any proof that miracles already exist in your life. So what is your intention for tonight? What you want to receive, activate, or integrate from the session, and your intention for next month. Imagine it's July already. Oh my gosh. My intention for July is or my intention for tonight is, please share, be specific, be bold, be honest. Your intentions are not wishes, they're decisions. They're declarations and they're decisions. And the moment you decide, the universe begins rearranging. And I'm blessing you as you decide, as you declare, and we shall honor all your sharings. Take your time, no rush, no rush. And you can share your wins and intentions all throughout our live call together. And I just want to start with some quotes, quotations, and inspiring teachings that we have already processed and integrated, just to remind you. So first, the fast time is to choose your soul over your ego, because the soul is immortal, the soul exists beyond time, and when you align with your soul, you're no longer bound by the slow, linear unfolding of the physical. You're operating in a different dimension entirely. Also, we have discussed that you are the medicine. The pharmacy is built in your own mind, your own consciousness. You don't need an external pharmacy. You literally have all the medicine inside of you that you can activate, and you always have access to this. Also, if you truly believe that your consciousness creates your reality, would you even waste one moment in the frequency of doubt, fear, laziness, or procrastination? That is also a question that I ask to myself. So yeah, I would love for you to reflect on that. Also, ask yourself in every moment, is this what the light of the creator would do? Is this what the version of me who already has it all would do? These are teachings, quotations, inspiring messages from spirit that we have learned, discussed, and programmed already. I'm just reminding you what you already know from our past modules. Everything bends to the identity you consistently hold. I want to say again, I want to remind you, I want to stress, I want to point out the word consistently. Everything bends to the identity you consistently hold. Your past does not define you. At any moment now, you have a complete opportunity to map your future. Now you get to choose differently. And from this choice, you can create anything. As long as you consistently hold that new identity. You are love, light, and abundance. This is your true nature. Everything else was just a lie you inherited. Everything that is not love, everything that is not light, everything that is not abundant, everything else was a lie. It's not true. If it's not love, if it's not light, if it's not abundance, it's not true. It's not true. It's just a lie. I want you to really code that in. Manifesting also is done best when you keep it simple. Some say it, keep it stupid simple, or KISS. Alignment is not an elaborate, complicated process. It is an attitude. It is a decision you make before you see any results. You decide to believe, and when you believe it, you see it. You believe it first and then you see it. So you decide, it's a decision you make before you see any results. And decisions are portals. We have an entire module on that. Decisions are portals, if you remember. So, welcome again to module 6 of Mindset, Manifestation, Magnetism, Mastery. I would love to start with before any teaching, I would love to start with this opening invocation. Before we activate, I want us to arrive here together fully and completely, and just to relax, receive healing energies. Both hands on your heart if you feel called, or one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Say this with me out loud, or you can just simply say yes to receive. First, before everything, we take the deepest inhale. So inhale fully, completely, deeply. Really fill the lungs, fill your lungs. Soak in as much love and light as you're able as you inhale. And exhale, release, let go, let it all go. Release the day, release the fears, the worries, the doubts, imposter syndrome, the negative thoughts. Release whatever happened before this moment right here. You're here now, and this space is yours fully. And yeah, say this with me out loud. Let's begin. I'm here. I release what no longer serves me. I expand into what I have been calling in. I'm ready to receive. So be it, and so it is. Let's continue. Just keep on breathing. So we're calling in the highest frequencies of love, truth, healing, and acceleration. We are calling in our guides, our highest selves, our ancestors of light. We're calling in the divine wisdom that has been moving through us, through this space, and through this community, through these teachings that I'm sharing. Let's continue. We ask that everything spoken and received tonight lands exactly where it needs to land, in the heart that is ready, the mind that is open, the soul who says yes. We set the intention and we ask that we leave here lighter, clearer, more certain, and more magnetic than when we arrive. Dices et abundance ubique. You speak it and abundance is everywhere. All right, there's so much more affirmations and declarations tonight. I've compiled all of the mantras and energetic downloads for tonight for us to recite. So even if you don't recite, just being here, listening, saying yes, nodding, you're already activated. So again, before we go deeper into today's teachings, I want us to pause for a moment and just reflect on, wait, let me just make all of you co-host. Welcome to all those joining in. I just want to give you these mantras. I say this out loud every day, and I would love this to be our opening activation. And know that your word is your wand, but also your daily actions and daily decisions are also your wand. Okay, so these are energetic healing downloads. And as you say these words or simply listen and receive, you're receiving healing, activation, and recalibration. You do not need to do anything special. You just need to be willing to receive. So you can close your eyes and touch your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one in your belly, or you can open your eyes with a soft gaze, your eyes remaining open, and just relax. Inhale, take a deep breath, and gently affirm, I love myself fully, completely, and unconditionally. And when you're ready, exhale slowly and gently affirm, I forgive, I release, I let go with loving ease. I allow the love from my own heart to wash through me, healing and cleansing every single part of my body. Let's continue breathing. Continue receiving and say with me, or simply say yes. All right. Let's continue. Thank you for all the lessons and the growth. I bless my past choices as openings to greater love and expansion. I release all regret and resentment. I forgive myself fully and accept myself completely. And I step into peace, trust, stillness, gratitude, joy, clarity, freedom, and bliss. I open up my heart and soul fully to divine love, abundance, wealth, wisdom, beauty, ease, grace, flow, harmony, synchronicities, power, peace, prosperity, and miracles. I am highly intuitive and deeply grounded, and I know with absolute faith and certainty all the answers come to me from the divine wisdom flowing through me. I'm whole, I'm complete, I'm more than enough, and I'm ready, willing, and available to receive infinite, unlimited blessings now. I'm a wondrous vessel expanding to receive the highest love and the greatest abundance. I'm aligned with my soul purpose and limitless potential, and I'm fully connected with my promised people. I'm filled with unstoppable power and magnetic energy for what is truly meant from me. I share my unique divine soul gifts and talents, and I give massive value to the world. I'm radiant, strong, confident, charismatic, courageous, brilliant, glowing, charming, healthy, harmonious, and happy. I am my highest self. It is done, it's complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. Let it land in every single cell of your body. Let it land fully into your mind, heart, body, and spirit. Keep feeling it, really letting it all soak in. And know that this is yours for you to say all of this again whenever you need to remind your soul who you truly are. It's done, it's complete, it's fulfilled. Just allow yourself to receive. Remember to keep breathing. It's very important to relax. And we have more energetic healing downloads. So keep breathing. And again, as you say these words out loud, or you can just simply listen, receive, you're being recalibrated, your frequency is shifting, your field is clearing. This is energy medicine. These are faith statements, not just affirmations, but energetic healing downloads. And I want you to say this with me out loud if you can, or simply say yes to receive, and feel each one land fully into every single cell of your body. I now release every belief that I have to work harder to deserve more. I now release every story that acceleration is not safe for me. I now release any pattern of self-sabotage that has slowed my results. I now release procrastination, indecision, fear of rejection, fear of failure, and fear of success. I now release all feelings of unworthiness, and in their place, I receive a winning mindset of creating an unending stream of abundance and joy. I now release the lie that life is hard, that love is painful, that money scars. That was never my truth. That was simply what the adults in my life experienced, and they passed it down unknowingly. I release it now with love and with compassion. I now receive the frequency of aligned, accelerated, effortless momentum. I now receive a mindset so powerful that results have no choice but to follow. I now receive the certainty that I'm already chosen and more than enough, already the woman who has it all. I now receive the knowing that my desires are meant for me. My desires are unique to me. They are my birthright. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. I'm magnetic. I'm in full acceleration. And I receive this with grace, ease, and deep gratitude. So be it, and so it is. So this module is all about accelerating your results with mindset mastery. I just want to pause for a friendly accountability check-in, a moment of honest reflection before we dive deeper into the teachings for today, before I share with you the tools. Again, this is not to judge yourself, but to get clear, to have clarity. Crystal clear clarity, because clarity is the beginning of all acceleration. It starts with awareness. And I want you to understand that you have probably done so much more amazing work than you even realize. I'm saying this because I'm coming from personal experience. So you're probably, if you're like me, basing your success level on the fact that everything you have set your intention for has not come true yet. And so you're saying to yourself, maybe I've been doing it wrong. Maybe I've not been doing it enough. Maybe I'm not as good as this as I thought. This was my belief. And I still get attacked by that belief that maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not as good as what I want to be. But the thing is, the highest truth is, you have probably done more than you realize. You probably have done so much inner work. You probably owe yourself some praise, a pat on the back for everything you have done, a hug. Hug yourself or pat yourself in the back right now, because everything you have put in, all of the energy, all of the effort, it has always gone somewhere. Nothing is wasted. It has never been wasted. Nothing is wasted. It is never a waste to do inner work, to pray, to believe, to connect with like-hearted high vibe souls, to journal, to meditate. It's all adding up into something. You may not see it in the 3D, but everything is working out in your favor behind the scenes. Just because it has not happened yet does not mean it is not coming. I repeat, just because it has not happened yet does not mean it is not coming. Just because it does not happen yet does not mean it's not working out for you. So before we do anything else, I want you to sit with some honest questions. And these questions that I'll be asking you are between you and your highest self. First, are you still living in fear and doubt? In what ways are you not fully trusting your highest self and the universe? Are you now willing, ready, and committed to living your highest vision, your dream life of abundance in all aspects of your life? What are the inspired action steps you need to take to live a life filled with abundance? Do you feel like there are things you need to consider or any lessons you still need to learn before you can receive a clear answer? So I invite you now to be very open to receiving divine messages that will lead you to living a life of abundance, wealth, and prosperity. I would love for you to reflect on these questions and relax. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and release all tension when you're ready. Just keep on inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. Breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. And stay this way for a few minutes until you're feeling really calm, really relaxed. And in this blissful state of receptivity, I would love for you to intend to be fully open and allow your consciousness to receive positive healing energies from the universe. You may touch your heart and let the divine wisdom and love move into your heart center as you channel divine messages right here, right now. Be one with your inner being, be one with your breath, connect with your source energy, the infinite source of your supply, and be one with the loving energy of the universe. And allow yourself to receive divine messages and answers with an open heart. And we will be reciting again some affirmations. All right. And then after this, I would love for you to reflect on the questions. Okay. So please repeat after me. I begin now, today, to open myself to ever increasing prosperity. I welcome clear vision, divine wisdom, and inspired action with each and every breath. I'm open and receptive to all the wealth and abundance the universe has to offer. There's plenty for everyone, including me. I bask in the wonderful feeling of living my daily life in abundance. It is done, it's complete, it's fulfilled, so be it, and so it is. I just want you to relax and breathe through this call. There's no time there's no other best time to relax but now. And so I also would love for you to take a few minutes and reflect on these questions. So maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And if you have not yet shared your if you have not yet shared your wins and intentions, please feel free to share in the chat. So I see Thaz and Aliyah sharing. Feel free to share those who are here. Hardev, Rashina, Dee, Akshata. So yeah, all the others who are joining and all the others who have confirmed to watch this on replay. Christine, yeah, all the others who have messaged me that they will watch on replay. Please feel free to share with me as well in our private conversations your answer to the questions. All right. And allow me to just share that ever since I learned about the power of Reiki and energy healing and accessing universal source energy and my highest self, um, I have been accessing divine wisdom and love through meditation, through energy healing, through plugging myself in highest consciousness. And my life has changed when I started doing all these spiritual practices. I also started spiritually inspired actions in alignment with my highest truth. And that has helped me a lot. And my subconscious programming shifted from lack to abundance mindset. I slowly understood that the more I give, the more I receive. So I don't really ask for discounts anymore. Not that much. Like if I have it, I give it. Or sometimes when I receive abundance, I really want to give commissions to people. You know, I had this shift. Before I would be stingy with my money. I would count them until the very last centavo, especially when I was a young single mom. So I have shifted a lot when it comes to abundance mindset. The more I practice yoga, the more I practice breath work, the more I practice meditation, my ability to manifest keeps on getting better. And my ability to manifest comes with my ability to magnetize as well, balancing magnetism and manifestation. And I was always moving from intention to action and always back to intention. That's why I always ask you, what is your intention for today? What's your intention for the month of July? What are your wins? So what you focus on grows. And my creative process exponentially transformed through all these mindfulness techniques, all of these things that I'm teaching you, all the tools I will be teaching you today. Please take notes and also take action. I always say this, take notes, but also take action. You don't just take notes and that's it. Because knowledge, when applied, becomes wisdom. Same goes, when I neglect my highest self, so vice versa, when I focus on highest consciousness, when I plug myself into highest consciousness, my ability to manifest and magnetize become faster and easier. And vice versa, whenever I neglect my highest self and all of my spiritual practices, and I do not find time, I'm burping, to release what no longer serves me and to be in a position to play, to relax, to pause, to breathe and reflect. When I don't find time for all of these praying, pausing, remaining in stillness, breathing, and reflecting, my creativity dwindles and I manifest negative things. I mean, we're powerful manifestors, so it's a double-edged sword. We manifest faster the positive results, and the same goes on the other side of the spectrum. So now it's really high time to clear any energetic blockages and release any emotional or mental resistance that you may have to receiving good energies, miracles, synchronicities, and prosperity and wealth and abundance. It's time to release all these energetic blockages. All right, I'm reading the chat. Thank you for your sharings. I'll be reading the sharings when we have more sharings. I'll be reading them all together. I super love that. Super love this. I love also that you're each other's cheerleaders. Super appreciate that. Okay, I'm reading. That's why if you're wondering why is she silent? All right. I wanna read through these messages. Okay. But before that, I wanna let you know that it is now the high time to release all unwanted energy that only limits us from receiving peace and prosperity and attracting the life that we desire. It is now high time to cleanse unhealthy habits and patterns such as procrastination, indecision, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, lack of confidence, and feelings of unworthiness, and in turn transform these limiting beliefs into a winning mindset of creating an unending stream of abundance and joy. I repeat, I want to say this again. I want to say these words again. Ooh. Know that as I say the words, I'm energetically blessing you and everyone who's here in this space. So when I pause, I feel some energy to be cleared, and that is why I pause, because I'm energetically holding you. Okay, let's do it. Let's make this bigger. Yes, perfect. I repeat, it is now high time to cleanse unhealthy habits and patterns such as procrastination, indecision, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, lack of confidence, and feelings of unworthiness, and in turn transform these limiting beliefs into a winning mindset of creating an unending stream of abundance and joy. So allow me and our intimate community to help you move forward and propel you to really begin and continue and accelerate yourself in allowing increased prosperity and abundance in all aspects and dimensions of your life. And with consistent positive reinforcements, let us support each other in releasing the negativity and raising our vibrations to manifest the best version of ourselves. Are you ready? Would love to see your yeses in the chat or your emojis. I would love to check. Just replying. Yes. Are you ready? Would like to see your emojis and yeses, please. Yay. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for being here. You know, I really felt the energy today. It's really powerful. Again, it's strawberry full moon. So that's why I checked if I'll be doing this live class or not. And here I am doing it. Um, there have been some delays because we may have felt the overwhelming energy of like really severing vows of lack, of poverty, of unworthiness, and in really releasing the old version of ourselves, the old version of our um reality. It takes a lot of shedding. So with shedding comes a lot of pain and tension. But yeah, let's breathe through it. Let's support each other in up leveling and upgrading. And yeah, so let us ride this beautiful wave of fresh full moon energy. And then we have the 7/7 portal upcoming. So let's ride these portal activation energies. And these are the energy of this week is providing us with a clean slate to restart and to harvest also what we have planted, the seeds that we have planted. It is mid-year. It's July. June is ending. So the first 6 months of the year is finishing. It's mid-year. That's the second half of the year. We're entering the second half of the year. So it's really about time. All right. So are you ready? Are you ready? Yay. Thank you so much for your yeses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Amazing. So I have shared with you our sacred journey so far, what we have tackled in Module 1, your identity creates your reality. Module 2, subconscious mastery. Module 3, energetic recalibration. Module 4, the 8 MMM governance codes. Module 5, create quantum loops with identity shift. And today, accelerate your results with mindset mastery. And I just want to let you know how far you've come. Today, it's all about identity work with momentum. Momentum tools that can support your identity work. So you know who you are. Now we build the mental architecture to move fast, to move easily from your highest identity. And tonight is all about your mind becoming your most powerful ally. And tonight we go from inspiration to acceleration. And I just want to share that it's so amazing because now it's the full moon in Capricorn. So we are being guided by the heavens as well um to really end those karmic cycles, close all those old patterns, release the need also to control every outcome, and welcome in a new timeline. And a new timeline begins when you make room for growth, and what is completing now is clearing space for something stronger to emerge. Yeah. So again, I asked you earlier, what are your wins and intentions? And feel free to share in the chat. Again, gratitude is one of the highest energetic frequencies available to you. So when you name your wins out loud, you're signaling to the universe more of this, please. Let me just share your sharings. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Aliyah says, Happy full moon, grateful for the sacred space. I passed my board exam! Congratulations, Aliyah! Congratulations. Currently graduating. Grad dash waiting. I love that. I love that. Very witty. Got a scholarship from an international program, and it's been really helping me ground and recenter back to myself. Thank you for sharing that as well. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I'm feeling so much better than the past few weeks and months. Same here than the past, especially these past 3 months. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I'm back as well. My intentions, I want to face my fears more, being alone in the dark and in spaces where I'm unfamiliar with. That's what I'm doing right now, being alone here on top of the mountains. I will have to walk back myself to our room. Oh my gosh. Thank you for connecting from the mountains, my love. To practice more self-love and being impeccable with my words. I love that. Let's download that to everyone. More consistency and mindful actions rooted in love and truth. To just surrender to life, not fight through it. I love that. Oh, thank you for that. To just surrender and not fight through it. Love that. Saz, wins. I finally hit sent with that application. Congratulations. I know what you're talking about. Congratulations, my love. The spell jump workshop was a success. The spell jar workshop was a success. I love that. I was able to ground with nature just this weekend. Love it. Choosing self-adoration versus self-sabotage. Oh, love it. Self-adoration. Let's all do that. Let's all practice that. Self-adoration versus self-sabotage. Intentions. I'm purely here to just receive. Thank you for being here to receive and surrender to the unknown. I don't feel behind, but I am in a phase where I'm not so sure what to do next. I basically feel a little lost, and I was always the type who has a plan or can come up with a solution, but now it feels different. Wow. Same here. We're all in this journey together. So thank you for sharing this, my love. Thank you for sharing this. I'm so proud of all of you guys. Thank you for the sharings. You're doing great and you credit yourself for. Yes, exactly. Um, all right. I'm receiving some private messages. Feel free to share private messages. Congratulations for all your wins. And so feel free to share your intentions for me to bless anything you want to activate, amplify, shift, transmute. Let me know. So let's continue the teachings for today. First, why results seem to stall and what is actually happening. So I have been hearing this from some students, and this happens after deep identity and manifestation work. And you ask, okay, I know who I am, I'm doing the work, so why are my results not catching up yet? And I want to answer this with so much love. I'm burping and so much full honesty. Um, we're not everything. We are processing everything together. And I want to share that most people don't even realize that what is happening inside of them, so their thoughts, their feelings, their assumptions, the opinions they're making about life, have anything to do with what they're experiencing in life. The truth is, what is happening inside of you, your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, the opinions you're making about your life, have everything to do with what you're experiencing in life. It is never separate. We are all vibrational beings. What we think, what we feel radiates. It exudes a channel like a radio station. And whenever you think in a certain way, feel in a certain way, have thought processes that repeat for years and years, you're in fact exuding a vibration that makes you a magnetic match for everything that is in harmony with that channel. And everything can shift overnight. This happened to me recently. I was like thinking of a person and how that person thinks of me. And then I just shifted it overnight. And then the next day, what was chaos became peace. Everything can shift overnight. So we got to start with your thoughts. And later I'll be sharing with you the revision technique. It works so well. I do it every time I sleep. Sometimes it works overnight, sometimes it will work in a few nights or a week. But I want you to know that your thought patterns are really, really important. Also, thought patterns tend to recycle. If we happen to have a limiting belief, it will recycle in love, in money, in the way we deal with others. It will recycle in so many different ways until it is addressed, until it is healed. And most of these thought patterns are things we picked up in childhood. So we were like sponges. We observed how the adults in our lives were acting, what they were talking about, what they were complaining about. And we took this on as we were supposed, as what we were supposed to experience in life. Because we simply inherited, unfortunately, the thought patterns of our parents, caregivers. But now that we're aware, we can shift it. Now that we're aware that we are God, we are aware that we are one with God consciousness, and that we have the power, and you're the power of the sun, the moon, the stars, it's easy now to have that awareness. Like earlier, I was scared. I was scared that no one will show up because of the energy, because of the everyone's traveling. And so I set a poll, and then when I arrived in the room, no one was there. But I mean, slowly, I mean, look at us now. We are 8 in the room, and in the beginning, I thought like only no one or one will show up. So it's the way. And then what I did was I just relax, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give value to whoever will, whoever is willing to receive value today. Also, I want you to understand that you do not need to be perfectly healed of all of your limiting beliefs in order to manifest greatness. Everyone has limiting beliefs. Everyone struggles with thought patterns. The difference is awareness. So merely becoming aware, merely disrupting the pattern of mindlessness is most of the battle already. You're already doing more than half of the work just by being aware. So that's why when you share those text messages with me, voice messages with me, when you share and express to me through our one-on-one calls, that's awareness already. You shine a light on the scary monster so it can no longer be a monster hidden underneath the surface, affecting your day-to-day life with awareness. Everything starts with awareness. Results stall not because you're broken, not because you're doing it wrong, but because the mind has not yet been trained to hold a new frequency consistently under pressure. And again, consistency under pressure is a skill. I've mentioned this before. Consistency is a skill. And this is exactly what we're building tonight with this module on accelerating results through mindset mastery. We're building your consistency. And I'm going to give you 3 frameworks and feel which one lands most in your body, which one you resonate most with. First, from neuroscience, Joe Dispenza. He teaches us that the body is the subconscious mind. So your body has been living in the old identity for years, sometimes decades. You wake up, and within the first 4 minutes, your brain has already begun running yesterday's programs. The same thoughts, triggering the same feelings, producing the same behaviors, creating the same results. Even when your heart and spirit have shifted, the body is still on autopilot. This is happening not because you're failing in any way. This is just biology. Because you have been programmed, your body has been programmed that way. And it's also good to know that biology is reprogrammable. So an example that may be relatable for some of you is, have you ever decided you're going to eat healthily? I'm sharing this as an example because this is my journey. This has been my journey in the past 3 months because I've been doing my best to eat healthily again. And then found yourself reaching for the old comfort food before your new decision even had a chance to kick in. That is the body running in its old pattern. The new you had already decided that, okay, I'm going to eat healthily from now on. The old body had not received the memo yet. Results stall when there's a gap between the new identity you have chosen and the old body still living the previous one. And tonight, now we close that gap with the tools that I will be sharing with you in a bit. So one more teaching. So these are all my teachers. Neville Goddard has already passed away, but I consider him my teacher because I listen to his recordings, I read his books, I listen and watch, and I'm mentored by his students. I'm part of this group with entitled "The World is a Simulation," and then the main mentor is the grandson of one of Neville Goddard's student or apprentices. So you must persist in the assumption living in the end is not a one-time event. It is not the visualization you did once last week. It is a daily moment-to-moment practice of re-choosing, always deciding again and again the feeling of the wish fulfilled, especially when the outer world has not yet reflected it. This is where most people give up. They hold the identity for several days, and then the bill arrives or the client says no, and then they collapse back into the old story. The outer world always tests the new assumption. Your job is to hold it anyway, amidst the challenges, amidst the tests. This is what the training is all about. You're being trained in this lifetime. And I want you to remember that the specific date and time when your manifestation arrives already exists. So it is already there in the spiritual realm, in the universal mind. It is out there. It is decided. It is pre-written. It has not just been revealed to you yet. But it doesn't mean that if it has not happened yet, it doesn't mean that it will not happen. It is something you can be excited and thrilled to feel the reveal of. It has not happened yet, but it has not happened. So it is just not here yet. So why focus on the fact that it has not happened yet? You got to focus on the fact that it is coming. It is coming. It is coming. One more framework from reality transurfing. It's also one of the long, like I think it's like 30 plus hours of audiobook that I listened to during my walks by Vadim Zeland. He teaches what he calls excess potential. When we want something too desperately, when we place enormous importance on it, we create an energetic imbalance that actually pushes the thing away. The very desperation to have it creates the conditions that make it harder to receive. The shift is from needing to knowing. I have created a webinar before, and that entire webinar was about removing the word need from your vocabulary. The shift should be needing to knowing, needing to attracting, needing to wishing, wanting, praying for. Yes, that's good, but not needing. Needing to knowing with absolute faith and certainty that it will come to you. When it's meant for you, it will come to you. From grasping, from gripping, to allowing, to surrendering, from desperate wanting to certain receiving. You receive with absolute faith and certainty. You can also think about it this way. Where is the room to receive when we are so busy trying? When you're always so busy with the stress, with doing, with the hustling, there's no room. When we get relaxed, when we get into a state of ease and flow, we actually imply the end result. In those moments of lightness, we're actually manifesting. We're manifesting receiving. Because in the end result, everything is lovely, everything is beautiful, everything is divine. It feels like you can fly. It feels lighter than air, like you're existing in a dream. And dream is not weighed down. When you say dream, dreamy, it's not stress. It's always light. It's always free. It's always easy. So all these three frameworks point to the same answer. Master your mind every single day, not just when you feel inspired, especially when you do not, especially under pressure, especially under stress, especially when life is testing whether the new identity is real or if it's just a mood right now. So this is what tonight is about. I want you to ask yourself these reflective questions. Where in your life are you still letting your mood decide your mindset? Where are you waiting to feel good before you take action instead of taking bold, aligned action to generate the good feeling? So I want you to reflect on all these. I know this is a lot for today, but I want you to revisit this module because this is a long module with lots of reflective questions. And what I'm sharing with you is I want you to relax through it, breathe through it, live in the end, take the inspired action steps, the bold aligned actions in the state of feel good, expansive state in this feel-good, expansive state, coming from a place of personal power, because you just know that it's coming. But this takes, again, reprogramming of your body, of your nervous system, of your subconscious mind. It takes positive reinforcements. You got to do it over and over again. Decide every single day. Master your mind every single day. And relax through the whole process. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the 5 mindset mastery tools for accelerated results. And I want you, again, as I always say, take notes and take action. Take notes and take action. Take notes and take action, because knowledge is learning. And yes, you gain all these lessons, yes, but wisdom is knowledge applied. And that's what we want to integrate, and that's what we really want to gain in our life. Wisdom. Knowledge, when applied, becomes wisdom. And I personally use these tools regularly, and I also teach my high-level private clients these tools. So I want you to remember that manifesting is a lot more simple than it may appear. I'll be sharing you some tools, and if it resonates with you, then yes, practice them. If not, then take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you feel like, oh, there's so many steps, eliminate those steps and the stress. It is not an elaborate scheme or exhausting process. Aligning with something is an attitude, it is an assumption, it's something you just decide on before you see any type of results. So keep it simple, keep it light, keep it real, and I want you to really reflect and see if it works for you. Then do it. If not, just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The most important thing is that you are working on yourself joyfully. And during those times when you feel down, it's okay. You release it, you cry. And the goal, the aim, the vision is always to recalibrate back. And with all of these positive reinforcements that you're receiving, we recalibrate faster and easier with support, with plugging into highest consciousness. It becomes easier to recalibrate. And that is the goal. I'm not saying that you should always be high and exhilaratingly happy, because life has its, challenges. Everything has its season. But the goal, the dream, the aim is to recalibrate faster and easier. So tool number 1 is identity audit. Every morning before you touch your phone, I repeat, before you touch your phone, I repeat, before you touch your phone, before you check messages, before the world has a chance to pull you into the frequency of everyone else's reality, you ask yourself these questions. I repeat, every morning before you touch your phone, before you check messages, before the world has a chance to pull you into the frequency of everyone else's reality, you ask yourself these questions. Who am I choosing to be today? What does the version of me who already has everything I desire believe about herself right now? How does she feel this morning, not after the coffee, not after the workout, but right now in this moment? And what is the first thing she would do? I want you to set the intentions of how can you give value today? Who are you choosing to be today? Who is that highest, fullest version of you today? Reflect on this before the outside world can influence you. Reflect on, what should I do today to provide value? So this is in addition to the gratitude practice. Of course, I want you to, in the earlier modules, I ask you to begin each day with gratitude, right? So enumerate, list down, name three things, at least three things to be grateful for, and then ask yourself this question. And then when you receive the inspiration, the whispers, what is the first thing she would do? What is the inspired action step that my highest self would do? You can connect to your highest full self. For example, Denise. Denise, 1 year from now or 3 years from now, show me the way to get there. What is the path of least resistance for me to get there? What is the first thing that I should do to get there where you are? What is it that I need to release, to let go of, to learn, to practice, to embody? Who should I connect with? What is the next inspired action step for me? What is it that I need to create? What is the first thing that I would do, that my highest fullest self would do? And then you do that thing. You move from her, not from your current circumstances, but from her, from that version. If your highest fullest self will tell you, even if this is what she told me today, even if you're feeling so down and you just want to sleep, show up in your masterclass, show up. And she would always tell me this in the previous classes. But there will be times when she would tell me, I believe, I feel that the energy today is complete rest. And then I would do that. Do that thing. Even if that thing would say, it would mean resting or, doing. For me today, the message was hold space, facilitate, even if you're sleepy, even if you just want to sleep, do it. That was the clear message. But I had to make sure, so I set a poll. But even before that, I already knew that, people will be late, or like you just want to receive, or some of you may not be feeling well. So I already knew it. And by the way, I'm receiving some messages from your classmate right now. Hold on. Okay, I'll reply later. Okay, so yeah, this is living in the end. This is what Neville Goddard called living in the end. Not visualizing from the end, or not visualizing the end from the outside, like not watching a movie. You're actually living it. It's like first person perspective. Because I know a lot of manifesting teachers would tell us it's like you're watching a movie, your life in a movie screen. But now I wanted to shift that into first person perspective. It's not like you watching yourself. Again, if it works for you, then do that. But for me, what works for me is first person perspective. Like I'm living it. I'm the being inside the scene. I'm being inside the scene. Feeling it in your body as if it's already done. Because in quantum reality, it already is. It's already done. And an example that I want to share is most of us pick up the phone first thing in the morning. Our cell phones are there beside us. And then we let the notifications and the messages and the news decide what frequency we start the day on. And we have given our first conscious moments of the day to everyone else. But the mindset mastery practice is to give those first moments to yourself, to your highest, fullest self, to the identity you're building. 5 minutes of your day before the day begins changes the entire trajectory of your day. And it doesn't require hours of effort. Manifesting accelerates best when you keep it simple. Some people will say it, keep it stupid simple, KISS. Keep it simple. When you bring it down to basics, you contemplate on your day, and you will receive those light bulb moments. So I want you to do this as your homework. Write as your future self in the morning after your biggest breakthrough. What did you think the moment she woke up? What did she feel? What did she do first? Write in first person and in present tense. An example is, I wake up and the first thing I feel is peace. I lie there for a moment, just breathing it in. I think about what today holds, and there's no anxiety, only excitement. I get up, put my hands on my heart, and I say thank you before I even speak a word to anyone. I open my journal, write 3 things I'm grateful for. Then I write my intentions for the day as if they're already done. I make my tea, or my coffee slowly. I do not rush. I'm not behind. I'm always on time in perfect divine timing. So I want you to reflect on this. Oops. Okay, I'm reading the wins. I definitely want to leave my hometown and be in a new environment and fire my current employer. I love that. I love that. Wins. D. Finish my corporate job already and had 6 students in my office yoga class last Friday. Yay! I love that. Oh my gosh. From 2 to 6. Love it. Oh my god. I super love these wins. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing this. We were just talking about it. How there were two, and then I was like, just keep giving value to those 2 students. And I'm so happy. Now it's 6. I love this. Intentions to build my yoga business, to find an investor for Indigo Baby and my yoga business, to have corporate yoga clients daily. It is done. It's complete. It's fulfilled. So be it. And so it is. I have also investors for my business. So I want you to know that it's possible. It is possible. Wins went to Aruga Wellness Fair yesterday. Ooh, and got lots of healing and connected with like-minded light workers who are living their passions and dreams in abundance. So it was good to tap in with them. Love that. Rashina said, slowly peeking to old food habits again. You too. Same here. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing. Just pausing to read the chat. All right. So next, tool number 2. Tool number 2. I want to make everyone co-host. Okay. This is from Kabbalistic wisdom. So I won't go deep into this. By the way, if you notice, the presentation is text heavy now, unlike before, because I know a lot will be absent. I thought a lot will be absent. So I would love for you to like get the most of the teachings by just reading the slides. So all of my teachings are written, the bulk, the juice of the teachings today are written in the presentation slides. So I'm not gonna go deep into the Kabbalistic wisdom based on ancient teachings, but just a summary. Every human being carries 2 inclinations. So the lower inclination toward the fearful, contracted self, and the higher inclination toward the elevated, generous, trusting self. So there's a lower inclination, the fearful, contracted, and the higher inclination, the elevated, the generous, the trusting. And both of these voices are natural. Both are human. And both are necessary part of your spiritual growth. And according to the Kabbalah wisdom, without the lower inclination, without the pull toward the lower, there's no opportunity to choose the higher. So every moment of resistance is an invitation to choose the higher inclination. And the practice is not to silence the lesser inclination. You cannot ever silence it. The practice is to make the higher inclination louder, to consciously choose moment by moment, thought by thought, the voice that serves your highest path, the voice that is in alignment with your soul purpose. So what do you have to do? Just start noticing, start becoming aware. Again, awareness is key. Becoming aware of the observations you make about the world, about what you're supposed to have, and start understanding that really you're just love, light, and abundance. Even though your life may not have always felt that way, or even though you have probably experienced failures, you thought those are failures or disappointments, or you were let down by other people, that is not the reality that you're supposed to have. Everything that is not love, everything that is not light, everything that is not abundance, all of those are lies. Those are lies that you bought into. Again, I repeat, anything that is not love, light, and abundance is a lie. And it was the lie that all the adults in your life were experiencing, and they pass it down to you unknowingly. Unfortunately, they pass it on to you unknowingly. Anything that is filled, anything that is lack filled, anything that is not love, anything that is not light is a lie. It is really easy to identify what is lower and what is higher, what is truth and what is a lie. Just start paying attention. Is this what would love do? Is this love? It is light. Is it abundance? Then that is the truth. And if it's not, then it's a lie. All right. For example, you're about to make an offer and the lower inclination says, what if they say no? But the higher inclination will say, what if they say yes? And what if it changes their life? So both voices are present in your life. And mastery is not the absence of the doubt. Mastery is which voice are you acting from? Every time doubt arises this week, I want you to say, this is not my truth. I see you and I choose the thought that serves my becoming. I choose the thought that serves my highest self. I want to repeat that because this is very, very important. I think if there's one thing that I would love for you to take away, to take home right now, this is it. Anything that is lack filled, anything that is not love, light, and abundance, anything that is not coming from pure love frequency, it is a lie. Anything that is not love is a lie. It's really easy to identify. So just start paying attention. Just start gaining awareness. Is this what would light do? Is this what would love do? Is this what would creator do in this moment? So for example, you're about to make an offer in your business, or you're about to reach out to a client, and then the lower inclination will say, what if they say no? But the higher inclination would say, what if they say yes? What if it would change their life? And both voices will always be present. And mastery, this module is accelerating your results through mindset mastery. Mastery is not the absence of doubt. Mastery is which voice are you choosing to act from? Is it the higher mind or the lower mind? And every time doubt or self-sabotage arises this week, I just wanted to say that this is not my truth. That is not my truth. I see you. I'm aware. I acknowledge you, but I choose the thought. I choose the positive feeling program that serves my highest self. All right. I hope that is clear. I just have to repeat that and then we can move forward. All right. So tool number 3, breaking the habit of being yourself. So Joe Dispenza teaches that up to 95% of who we are by midlife is a set of memorized programs, subconscious patterns running on repeat, automatic responses we developed as children and have been repeating ever since. Not because they serve us, but because they're familiar. And the brain chooses the familiar. This is the habit of being yourself. And the breakthrough comes in the moment you catch yourself in the middle of the old pattern and make a new choice. That moment of catching is the quantum leap. Some people, they don't have any knowledge of this awareness. They don't have any understanding of this. They're just thinking whatever, responding and reacting in the moment, you know, manifesting on autopilot. And probably, I mean, a lot of people are thinking a lot of things that are not conducive to their highest good. I used to be like that. I would think of negative scenarios. I would think that the other person thinks badly of me. A lot of mindless, needless things, a lot of unhealthy narrative. They're just noise. They're garbage running on repeat in your mind. So the key is to release all of those, focus on positive mindset. Like I would even have this thoughts before, like, oh, maybe like I would even have thoughts like maybe my client is mad at me because I wasn't able to reply, and it will manifest. But if I would shift my mindset or my thought pattern into my my client is forgiving like me, flexible like me, understanding, then that will what is happening. That is what will happen in my reality. So it really depends on your awareness and noticing what are your thought patterns and shifting that. You merely becoming aware of your thought patterns and starting to notice is the shift. When you start saying, wow, I hold this opinion. I have been reinforcing the same statement over and over again and not even realizing it because I got so used to saying this and feeling this and thinking of this way that I thought it was just who I was. But you merely becoming aware of this, you having the awareness and starting to notice is the shift. So for example, the old pattern is you undercharge because you're afraid of rejection. The new choice is you hold your rate and let the fear be present while you hold it anyway. Old pattern, you skip your morning practice because you do not have time. New choice is you do 10 minutes because the woman you're becoming never skips the morning routine. Before I would like, oh my God, I don't have time. I cannot do my yoga. But now I really squeeze it in. And then the universe will just give me time. The old pattern, you procrastinate on creating content because you're waiting to feel inspired. The new choice is you open the document, you start typing, and you do the work anyway, even if you're in fear or in doubt, knowing the inspiration will come to you or will meet you there where you are. You come from personal power and not circumstantial power. The old pattern, you stay quiet in a room full of people or opportunities where you can share, you stay quiet because you're not sure your voice matters. The new choice is you speak, you share, you let your wisdom be heard. Every single catch of your old pattern with the intention to shift to your new pattern is a quantum leap. So I want to ask you, what is an old pattern that you notice right now? And what is your new choice? You can share now. If you're feeling called, please do. Or you can share later to me in our one-on-one sessions, in our WhatsApp thread, message thread. You can even share in the group. Breaking the habit of yourself, of being yourself. So this is a journal prompt for you. Again, please come back to the presentation slides. Please revisit this because this is a long, value-filled module. So where's the old habitual pattern showing up most in your life right now? What is it costing you to keep it? Write the specific old response, then write what the version of you already has it all would do instead. So for example, my old pattern is that I finish creating content and then I hesitate before posting. I look at it several times, convince myself it is not good enough, and save it as a draft. I have more than 10 drafts saved. The new version of me makes easy edits, trusts that it is medicine for someone who needs it, and posts it. Then she closes the app. She does not check the likes. She knows her worth is not in the numbers. Who can relate to this? Okay, second to the last tool. The revision practice from Neville Goddard. This is something that I would love for you to reflect on. The revision practice is something that I practice regularly. So if something happened today that did not go the way you wanted, you have the power to revise it. Before you sleep, replay the scene as you wish it had gone or as you wish it had happened. Feel the version where it worked out. Feel it fully in your body with real emotion until it feels as real as the original. Then sleep in that feeling. So please do this tonight. This is your practice tonight. Something that didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen, revise it tonight. This is not denial. This is quantum creation because your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what physically happened. What you impress upon it will, with feeling and repetition, it accepts as truth. And what it accepts as truth, the universe begins organizing your outer world to match it. So what your subconscious mind accepts as truth, the universe begins organizing your outer world to match. So stop narrating what you don't want. When something in your outer reality is not what you want, do not replay it. You do not replay the story of how it went wrong. Every time you tell the story, you are re-impressing it on your subconscious and you're literally choosing it again. So instead, say, I do not want this as part of my reality, and then you revise it. Create the scene of how you want it to be, feel it, and then sleep in it. What you emotionally fight, you keep alive. What you lovingly release and replace dissolves. So I want you to remember this. You can revise, and then you'll be surprised in the morning what happens. But I want you to really feel it and then sleep in it, and then really release the part of your reality that you don't want. You say, I do not want this as part of my reality, and then you revise it. And remember that circumstances are not permanent, they're temporary. Life is in constant shape and change. Circumstances are actually an illusion. When you finally receive what you have been manifesting, it will almost feel like those circumstances never meant anything at all because they never really did. They were just a learning process, a teaching moment. They were there for a reason. And when the lesson is gained, they dissolve on their own. All right. So basically, all you have to do is feel the reality that you would have loved to happen. And you can journal on it as well. You can ask, what is one thing that happened recently that you keep mentally replaying in a way that does not serve you? Write the revised version, the scene as you wish it had gone or it had happened in present tense with full feeling, then close your journal and sleep in that frequency tonight. So whether or not you journal, please do this practice tonight. Anything that happened tonight, not today, something happened that did not go the way you wanted it, exactly as you wanted it, you have the power to revise it. All right, so write down the revised version, the scene as you wish it had happened in present tense with full feeling, and feel it as you sleep tonight. Sleep in that feeling. And whether or not you write in your journal, please, please, please do this exercise tonight and let me know by tomorrow what happens. All right. Last but not the least. By the way, how are you all doing? This is the last tool. We'll be ending soon and integrating everything that we have learned. I would love to, ask, are you here? Give me an emoji if you're still here. You have any questions, feel free to, this is the perfect time to send your questions, your light bulb moments. So tool number 5, momentum stacking, last but not the least. Thank you for your emojis, my loves. I'm also receiving private messages, by the way, so I'll be replying to you later after class, I promise. So, Florence Scovel Shin wrote, your word is your one. And I always add this in my master classes, masterminds, webinars. Your consistent daily actions are your one, too. It's not just your words. Also your feelings, your thoughts, your actions. Those are your ones, too. Momentum is not built in one big heroic effort. It is built in small, daily, consistent actions taken from the identity of your highest self. It compounds, and compound momentum becomes unstoppable. So every single day, I want you to take 3 aligned actions that your future self would take. Okay, this is the last tool. This is my favorite tool, by the way. So I would love for you to pay attention. So 3 daily aligned actions, one for your mindset, one for your visibility, and one for your growth. This specifically for content creators, for coaches, for light workers who are meant to shine your light fully. Mindset, visibility, and growth. So for your mindset, your morning mantra. I have shared my personal morning daily mantra in the opening invocation. You can use that, you can journal it, you can speak it, or you can, spend 10 minutes of journaling if it works for your mindset mastery, or read at least one page of a book, an inspiring book from an inspiring author that feeds your highest vision. And one for your visibility. So you post, or you just, for me, it's as easy as posting a story with an empowering quote. Of course, it's best if you post a post on your feed, but you can easily post a story, or you send a voice note, a voice message to a prospective client or a sister or a friend that needs help or longing for support. Share your gifts and give value to the people you're meant to serve. That is for your visibility. At least one, just one, and one for your growth. A call or conversation with a high vibe mentor or friend. Wink, wink, I'm the high vibe mentor. Attend a masterclass or enroll in mastermind program. That's an inspired action. You are now doing this inspired action for today. Or you increasing your rate or abundance exchange, and you maintain that without apology. That is growth, because you're expanding beyond your ceiling, you're shattering, breaking through your upper limit. So these three things, three aligned actions every day from your highest identity. And my last note is this: the power of play. So I would love for you to do these three things consistently, and consistency is the language of quantum creation. We have already established that. And also play, meaning relax as you do all of these actions, and come from a place of joy, fun, silliness, nurture your inner child. And this is one of the most important manifestation accelerators. Laughter can supercharge your results. Taking a break from trying so hard creates room to receive. Manifestations arrive during those moments. When you're out having fun with friends, when you're walking in the park and you stop to look at the sunset, that is when the universe rushes in and really supports you, not while you're forcing yourself to visualize or grinding through techniques. For me, when I'm really happy, when I'm smiling, when I'm watching something that makes me laugh, when I'm dancing, when I'm spending time with my son, when I'm resting, that's when I get the light bulb moments, not when I'm forcing, not when I'm hustling. When you allow yourself to relax and feel at peace, when you allow yourself to feel the pleasure of existing, that is when the momentum stacks so fast you will not even see it coming. And so I would love for you to write your 3 daily momentum stack actions. Make them specific, make them non-negotiable, and then write them as declarations. And sign your name at the bottom. And this is like a promise agreement with your future self. So yeah, speak your morning mantra before you open your phone. You can say that. I want you to write your 3 action steps. So what are you gonna do for your mindset, visibility, and growth? Mindset, visibility, and growth. Mindset, visibility, and growth. I'll be sharing this in our group chat. I want you to reflect on this. sending it now. Feel free to share to your classmates as well, or to me. What are your daily aligned actions? And then I would love for you to sign at the bottom. So every day I speak my morning mantra before I open my phone. Every day I share something of value with my community, even when I do not feel like it, because my promise people are just waiting. Every day I take one income generating action, whether it is a follow-up message, an offer sent, or a connection made. I do them because I'm living in alignment with my purpose every day. All right. So to save time, feel free to continue later and share with me. And just want to remind everyone here that manifestation is not passive. You got to do the work. So alignment is not sitting still. The law of attraction is only half the teaching. The other half is the law of action from alignment. And the most magnetic women I know, myself included, move. The most magnetic women move. They create, they show up, they act, but not from fear, not from hustle. From a place of deep settled knowing that they're already chosen, already worthy, already more than enough. And from that place, action feels like joy, not obligation. Visibility feels like service, not performance. Success feels like inevitability, not like overwhelm. Success feels like joy, not like a burden, you know? Success feels like this is who I am. I'm born to be successful. It's not like it's not an obligation. It's not like you're performing for somebody else. You decide on the inside, and the outer world has no choice but to catch up. And I have my own obstacles. You know, I had moments where I didn't know it was going to work out. I moved to Dubai from the Philippines. I'm a single mom. I had a vision, but I didn't know what will happen. I had absolute knowing that I was meant for more. I know Roshina also had this vision when you moved to Dubai, and I was talking to Sophia, one of my private clients as well, who's also in Dubai. You have that vision that you're meant for so much more. We're meant for so much more. I did not have all the answers. I know Thaz also is in the same place right now. I know we'll talk more in our one-on-one session this was it Wednesday? Yeah. So I did not have all the answers as well. What I had was an identity, but I didn't have all the answers. Thank you for your hearts, Roshina and Taz. I had an identity, but I didn't have the answers. And I decided to hold that identity regardless of how the outer world looked. So connections and session by session, client by client, webinar after webinar, I decided to step into the woman who I was becoming, my highest fullest self, not the woman my circumstances said I was. Because at that time, my circumstances were like telling me otherwise. So I also had obstacles. I mean, like no one believed in me in the beginning, but I believed in myself first. And it still happens now. Like my family, they don't really believe in what I'm doing. I mean, wholeheartedly, they do somehow they have no choice. But I mean, they're still in that mindset of you have to have a corporate job, 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah. So I just know that I'm done feeling the old way. I'm meant for so much more. I'm meant for something bigger. I want to move out of the Philippines. I just know that with certainty. And I was going to pick myself up no matter what. I'm going to support myself no matter what. And I just found things to be grateful for, to smile about. Um, and I decided to change on the inside, and the outer world had no choice but to catch up. So that is the mindset of the magnetic queen. She does not wait for permission. She does not wait for the perfect moment. She creates the moment with her energy. She does not wait to feel ready. She also knows when to rest, when to play, when to let go. She does not smother her desires by obsessing over them. She plants the seed, waters it with her daily practice, and then goes out and lives her life fully, knowing the harvest is coming. And the Bible also describes this woman, this magnetic woman. She's clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs at the days to come. She's not afraid of the future. She has already decided how it goes. She carries the future inside her like a lantern, like a light inside of you. And you walk toward that light that is already inside of you with grace and full power. This is you. This is who you have been becoming in this program. So we'll be ending with more declarations. I would love for you to recite this with me, say this out loud, or simply say yes to receive. You can touch your heart or one hand on your heart, the other one in your belly. I take bold, aligned action every single day. I'm consistent, I'm disciplined, I'm magnetic. My results are growing, my momentum is building. Everything I touch is blessed, accelerated, and multiplied. I'm a woman of accelerated results. I do not wait for the moment, for the right moment. Again, I do not wait for the right moment. I create the right moment. I allow myself to feel joy now, not when everything is perfect, because joy is what makes me magnetic. I trust the timing of my life completely. Everything is arriving at exactly the right moment. I am the magnetic queen, and I live accordingly to who I really am. Everything bends to the identity I consistently hold. I want you to feel this, know it, and own it. And here's some more abundance affirmations. Take a deep breath with me, and this will help you further on your healing and expansion journey. Just want you to recite all this with me or simply say yes and feel every single word as I vibrate them. Just allow yourself to receive. I'm open and receptive again. I'm open and receptive to all the wealth and abundance the universe has to offer. Money flows to me with ease, joy, and perfect timing. I'm worthy. I was born worthy. Nothing can ever take that from me. Abundance is not something I chase, it is something I become. I receive with ease. I give from overflow. I live in peace. I'm at peace with success. Success is at peace with me. My clients find me. My opportunities recognize me. I move boldly. I create daily. I receive gratefully. I'm magnetic. Love and abundance find me with ease. My past does not define me. Any moment, I have a complete opportunity to map my future. I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm accelerating. I'm safe to be seen. I'm safe to receive. I'm safe to overflow. Everything bends to the identity I consistently hold, and I consistently hold my highest self. I'm aligned with my soul purpose and limitless potential. I'm a vibrational match for everything I desire. I quantum leap. I collapse the timeline. I live from the end. I'm not becoming her. I'm already her. I allow myself to have a good time now. Joy is my manifestation accelerator. Miracles are a daily occurrence in my life. I expect them, I welcome them, I receive them with gratitude. Life is always working out for me, even when I cannot see how. Everything is always working out for me. It is done, it is complete, it is fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. Just breathe for a few moments. Just keep on saying, yes, would you like this? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Whew. Healing can be instant. All right, so it's time for Q&A. As usual, I have also prepared some questions that were asked to me before by my private clients. And as I share this, you can also ask your questions. We started late, so that's why we're ending at this time. Everybody was like in meetings and events, traveling, and I love it. We're all active. So we'll extend for like, 5 to 10 minutes if you have questions, but allow me to just share the Q&A question that I have been asked a lot of times. So how do I stay in high vibration when life keeps throwing things at me? The answer is, drum roll. You're not supposed to stay in high vibration all the time. That is not the goal. That is not even spiritually healthy. The goal is resilience, the ability to return to your frequency quickly after life knocks you off it. This is what I was telling you earlier about recalibration. The goal is to be such an amazing vessel and a thermostat that detects when the temperature has shifted and recalibrates back to the set point. So your mindset practice is not a shield, it is a thermostat. When something hard happens, you're allowed to feel it. But remember that circumstances are not permanent. They're not the signal that what you want is not possible. They're there for a reason. All the circumstances in your life are a tool for learning, a means of growth, of soul evolution, of expansion, and all those hard circumstances, difficult challenges will dissipate when the lesson is gained or the time is right. The solution is usually staring you in the face, but it can only be seen from the right frame of mind and from a relaxed, abundant, God zone state. So I have shared practical tools for the return in our previous modules and in future modules. Movement first, mantra, walking, shaking of your hands, shaking it all off, dancing to one song that inspires you, moving the energy through the body, speaking your mantra from this relaxed state, and journaling. And remember that the test always comes right before the breakthrough. Hold the identity through the test. That is how you pass the training. Everything is a training. And another question is, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but the money is not coming. What am I missing? And I always say this to my private clients. First of all, I want you to be honest, be really completely honest. Are you actually making offers? Like, are you really visible and making offers? Do you also, first, do you have an offer that is in the book of Alex Hormozy, like a no-brainer, like a 100 million offer, like a grand slam offer that really gives value and changes people's lives? First, do you have that offer? And are you making them? Are you being visible enough and making that offer? But first, you got to have the offer. You got to have the signature coaching program. You got to have the signature high ticket offer that gives massive value, and then make offers, invite people to discovery calls. The number one reason money does not flow is not energetic. It is that the offer is not being made clearly, consistently, and with conviction. So you gotta have something to offer. You gotta provide value. The universe works with you. It needs a channel. Your offer is the channel. If you're making offers consistently and the money is still not flowing, then we look at the energetic piece. So if you have an offer, let's say, okay, you have an offer, it's good, you have done it, you finished it, but then money is still not flowing, then that's when you look at your energetic piece. And that's when you look at your energy. So most often it is one of three things: excess potential, meaning you're holding the money with too much weight, too much desperation, too much need, and that energy pushes it away. The more you need it, the slower it comes. When you can treat the money more lightly, more easily, the way a lucky person does, that is when it flows. And second is upper limit belief. something that says too much abundance is dangerous, or that you will lose yourself or be overwhelmed with success. That's another reason with the energetics. So first, you got to make the offer. If you have an offer and it's still not selling, look at the energetics. It's either you have excess potential, you're so grippy and so desperate or too needy. You have an upper limit that you have to shatter. And the third is very important. I want you to listen to this. It's very important. This is the wound on the law of circuitry, on giving and receiving. Maybe you're very stingy, or you don't really believe that all the money you give will return to you 10 times fold. Maybe you're very comfortable giving, but have subtle resistance to receiving. So either way, practice giving and receiving in small ways every single day. And that's how you expand your vessel. So which of these three resonates for you right now? That is your inner work that you gotta do. And so here are your journal therapy prompts for this week. Take your time. These are conversations with your future self. I've also provided sample answers for you. And I will be sharing this in our group chat. So first, who am I when I'm fully secure in love, wealth, and results? What does the 10x version of me think about challenges? How does she respond instead of react? Where have I been waiting for results instead of creating from my identity? Like before, I was waiting for more followers before I make the offer. That was who I was before. I have been waiting to feel more ready before I raise my rate. Starting today, I make the offer now, I raise the rate now, I'm ready now. Write down 5 wonderful things that happened to you in the last year. In this year. Even small ones. Use this as your proof that miracles already exist in your life. You're already a master manifester. This has always been true. Just find for the proof. You write it down, or you say it out loud, or you pray about it, you talk to your highest self about it. What old habitual pattern am I genuinely ready to release right now? And what are the 3 daily momentum stack actions my future self takes without fail? Consistently. What is one spontaneous joy activity I will give myself permission to do this week? And write a letter from your future self 6 months from now to the you who is here tonight. What does she want you to know? All right, I want you to reflect on all this. I'll be sharing this. Again, this is a year-long manifesting mastermind. So we meet once a month and there's a lot to process. So I want you to revisit the modules, the playlists that we have. Yeah, I want you to revisit. All right. And this is your homework. Again, do the identity audit every morning before you touch your phone. Who am I choosing to be today? Catch one old habitual pattern every day this week and make the new choice. Celebrate the catching of your old habitual pattern. You gotta know which actions are you gonna do for your mindset, daily actions for your mindset, visibility, and growth, and do them. Revise before you sleep, start tonight, and every night in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I suggest that you say the daily mantra that I have shared in our opening invocation. Let it become as natural as breathing. And give yourself at least one moment of spontaneous joy, silliness, or play this week. Not as a reward, but as a manifestation practice. For me, dancing is my manifestation practice. And it worked. It worked. Like, I have set an intention to earn this amount of money in whatever way or form. while I'm in the Philippines, and it worked. And I was like, I have never earned such amount of money and not worked so hard. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's possible to earn that amount of money and not work so hard for it. Whether it's through commissions, clients, investors, I manifested it in from multiple sources. And of course, I still have like, I have a lot of like dreams for my son, for example. My son, I'm saving up because my son wants to do another culinary course, like a full-blown culinary course in Europe. I mean, we've already finished his diploma in the in Dubai, and so now we're vacationing in the Philippines, but we've already finished his diploma in Dubai, and then he will come back to Dubai to work by September when it's open already. Four Seasons have expressed that they would need all the interns again by September. But after that, maybe after a year, that's something that I'm manifesting for my son, like continuous education. So my manifestation practice is so much different now. We're both dancing. My son and I've influenced him to join with me in dancing, and he loves salsa. I love bachata, and I'm so happy because we're like, we love dancing. Both of us can go to classes together. I'm just so happy. So write your evidence list. 5 things that went well, 5 things you're grateful for, 5 proof points that miracles exist in your life. Keep it somewhere you can return to whenever doubt arises. So this is your week of acceleration. This is where the inner work becomes your outer results. All right, so as we end, I would love to give you a preview of Module 7, and this is the time for you to share your key takeaways, insights. Please share in the chat. What are your key takeaways? What are your insights from today's module? What is one sentence that strike you or strikes you, or that you're taking home from now onwards? Key takeaway from the module. And I'll see you. To those who enrolled in Successful Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind, we resume our Friday master classes. And then Module 7 for MMM Mastery is on July 27, 2026. So save the date. Please show up live to receive the activations live. And it's all about the energetics, alignment, embodiment, and daily rituals. So after tonight's Mindset Mastery activation, Module 7 is where we go into the energetic body itself, the daily rituals that keep you in alignment, the morning and evening practices that anchor your highest identity into your nervous system, your schedule, and your life, the energetic hygiene that protects your frequency and keeps your magnetism strong. Because the identity I've stepped into needs a container, and the momentum you have built needs a sustainable foundation. And Module 7 builds both the identity and the momentum with more positive reinforcements. I'm holding space for you as we sharpen, keep the blade sharpened. The saw, sharpen the saw. That's the 7th habit of highly effective people. Sharpening the saw or the blade. This is how to keep the blade or the saw sharp. And yeah, so remember why you're here. This is 12 months of self-mastery, soul evolution, and transformational growth as you become an international mindset, manifestation, and magnetism coach, master coach. And you're here to manifest your extraordinary life. You're the queen who desires to have it all. And we have a course program playlist for you to revisit the modules. This is yours, lifetime access. Watch and rewatch as many times as you need, as you want. We will be doing this every year, so you can join the future batches. This is the first batch, you're the founding members, and then we'll have the second batch next year. The Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind third batch starts this Friday. And if you want to go deeper with me in private, here's how you can access all of the websites that we have. The links are here for you for Spiritual Awakening Program, alelicarissa.com/awakening-coaching-program. And then if you want to join Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind, you can book a discovery call with me or sign up through bit.ly/Soulful CEO VIP. I mean, a lot of you are all of you here are members of Empowered Women's Club, but in any case, if ever in the future, if someone watches this and you're not a member of Empowered Women's Club, the link is bit.ly/I am empowered, and we will have the Goddess Oracle Guidance and Magnetizing Masterclass. Again, next month, July 29. And every, am I right? July 29, correct. And every last Wednesday of the month. And if tonight moved you, something shifted, if you received something that you know someone else needs to hear, please share this with them. And I would really appreciate it if you'd like to leave a review. Know that every woman you bring into this community is a life you help change. And I am really grateful. I really appreciate it whenever you help me live in alignment with my soul purpose more and more by also giving me your loving feedback and your warm, beautiful energies. So I would appreciate your presence in our live classes. It would mean so much for me and our community. And I pray you join us. So please save the dates. July 3 every Friday, July 7, July 20 for monthly community coaching call, July 27 for MMM Mastery, and July 29 for Goddess Oracle Guidance. And we end with a closing prayer. We have done deep, extraordinary work tonight. And I want you to receive all this and incorporate, integrate all of this as you sleep. And know and understand and remember that your past does not define you. At any moment now, you have a complete opportunity to map your future, to create your reality. You get to choose differently. And from this choice, you can create anything. Hands on your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one in your belly. And let us pray. We give thanks for this space, for this community, for every soul here who showed up and opened themselves to grow. We give thanks for the wisdom that moved through tonight, for every insight that landed, for every pattern that was seen and released, for every new choice that was made. We call it sealed, we call it activated, we call it done, and we go forward from here as the magnetic queens we have always been. Strong, clear, certain, happy, healthy, harmonious, prosperous, and deeply at peace. Diches et abundance ubique. I speak it, and abundance is everywhere. So be it, and so it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for choosing yourself and again and again and again. Thank you for being here tonight. And there's no more questions. Wow, no more questions. Wow. I'm receiving private messages, okay? So I'll be replying to you. You know who you are. After this, I'll be replying to you. And Hardev says, happy full moon, allowing beautiful souls. My wish for all of us is for your heart desires to come true. Oh my gosh, heart desires to come true. And I know you also manifested the work that you will have tomorrow. I'm so happy, so proud of you. Such beautiful work and service that you have been offering to your community in Malaysia. So Hardev, really, really proud of you. Thank you so much for being here. Taz, thank you for being here. Dee, thank you for being here. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Rashina. Thank you, my love. Thank you for being here. Allow me to just bless you. Can close your eyes, hands on your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one in your belly, or just simply allow yourself to receive. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. And may you walk gently to the earth and know its beauty all the days of your life. May you always be happy, healthy, and harmonious, peaceful, prosperous, beautiful, graceful, lovable, miraculous. And may you always live in alignment with your soul purpose, feeling so fulfilled and free every single day of your life. Let us bring our hands together in prayer and recite the 5 Reiki principles, or you may just simply say yes after me. Just for today, I'm at peace, I trust, I'm grateful, I work joyfully, I'm loved. And with a smile on our faces, let's slowly and gently open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love and light. Namaste. Thank you. See you soon.